Alright, so, as I posted earlier, I will be reading from the Mythical Creatures Bible by Brenda Rosen. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but Mrs. R. Book is published by Sterling, and my phone is being held aloft by a Magic the Gathering box because it's the only thing I could find to support it while I could use both of my hands. So, I'm going to be reading The Tale of the Unicorn, which, if I remember right, is this away. Not Tale of the Unicorn, unless someone comments and wants me to actually read that, I will. There we go. I don't know of any specific tales of the unicorn. I do know a little bit of mythology about them from my own personal research, which I will probably add after I read. And unlike the short that I posted, whenever I posted it, or uploaded, whatever the terminology is, whatever. Unlike that, I will actually be, able to record something other than just sound. So, though I guess y'all probably want to look at the pretty unicorn. So, unicorn. The word unicorn comes from Latin unus, which is one, and cornus, which means horn. The modern image of the unicorn, a mysteriously beautiful horse-like creature, bearded like a billy goat, with a lion's tail, cloven hooves, and a single horn on its forehead, is based on accounts that date back to ancient Greece and Rome. Now, if I remember right, and this is me not reading, if I remember right, from what I've gathered, the earliest word-of-mouth tale is like 700 BC, somewhere around in there. Don't know exactly. And for those of you who don't know what cloven hooves means, I'm sure most of you know what a horseshoe looks like, the classic U shape. Well, that's the shape of a horse's hoof, obviously. Cloven hooves means that there are two parts of the hoof. It's shaped more like a deer's hoof, or a goat's hoof. That being said, a unicorn really, in all honesty, has more in common with a goat than it does a horse. Except for, the whole face and, I guess, torso structure is more of a, like the face and the neck, obviously, and the torso structure. For those of you who don't know, and I know this because I grew up on a farm, goats do have manes, and their tails aren't too dissimilar. Well, the ones that I had, anyways, aren't too dissimilar from a unicorn's tail. So, I guess it's not a horse with a horn; it's a goat with a horn. Huh. And of course, you have the beard. Yeah, it's a goat with a horn. Go figure. Anyways, move the book over so y'all can read with me. Unicorns in history. To the Greeks, unicorns were real animals. The earliest description is found in the works of Ctesias, a physician and historian who lived in the 4th century BCE. He described the unicorn as fleet of foot, with a body like a wild ass, which is a donkey, but colored white, red, and black, and with a horn on its forehead, a cubit and a half, 30 inches to 72 centimeters long. Drinking cups, fashioned from the horn, Ctesias wrote, could prevent poisoning. Now, there are a lot of words in this book that I am not going to be able to pronounce, but I am going to do my very best job. If I mispronounce anything, I'll probably figure it out. Or I won't. Who knows? Now, for those of you who don't know me, which is I guess, everybody at this point. I am a huge fan of Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering. A bit of Magic the Gathering lore. Not Magic the Gathering. God dang it. D&D, Dungeons and Dragons lore. If you... unicorns can cure poison. The only way to find them is only a virgin woman can find a unicorn in D&D. Only. Like, if you're a male, doesn't matter how hard you look, you could be in the same, like, within 20 feet of them, you will never see them, because they can teleport and turn invisible. And the horn, hair, and hooves, if I remember right, can prevent and cure poison and most diseases. And in D&D, I believe they are regarded as celestials, which I don't think they are in Greek mythology. I'm not 100% on that. But if I find any more, like, actual tales of unicorns, I'll probably talk about them too, or any mythical creatures, really. I plan on reading from this book quite a bit, because I like the book. I just haven't really had a reason to read it, even though it is written very well. It's, from what I gather, I should probably talk about this at the end of the video, but I ramble. Oh well. Tell you what, I'll read this page and the next, and then I will ramble on. The Roman natural historian Pliny the Elder elaborated on this picture of the unicorn, that is, not of me talking about D&D. He described the unicorn as having the body of a horse, the head of a stag being a male deer, that or an elk, the feet of an elephant, the tail of a boar, and a deep bellowing voice, and a single black horn, 2 cubits long. Unicorn symbolism. In late antiquity, the bestiary attributed to Physiologus embellished this description with an allegory explaining the creature's symbolism. Unicorns, it said, can be captured only by a maiden, such as the Virgin Mary. As soon as the unicorn sees a virgin, it lays its head on her lap and falls asleep, an image that is said to represent Christ's incarnation. The use of unicorns in medieval religious art is based on this interpretation. Now, that is calling back to what I said earlier in D&D, where only a female virgin, a maiden, can find a unicorn, such as a princess. In the 15th century, unicorns became popular symbols of heraldry. The Royal Coat of Arms of the United Kingdom, I'll let the screen focus. There we go. The Royal Coat of Arms of the United Kingdom features the lion and the unicorn as supporters. The lion stands for England, the unicorn for Scotland. And, for those who do not know, the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Is it national animal? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, of Scotland. Traditional rivals, the aggressive lion represents the drive to impose one's ideas of order on the world, while the peaceful unicorn represents the wish to bring harmony through understanding. Together, they represent an unassailable union of opposites. All right. And in D&D, I think I already said this, but I'm not quite sure. Unicorns are celestials, which describes their heavenly thing. I am sorry for the glare. This is the only way I could find to support my phone and camera with the least amount. Oh, there we go. With the least amount of glare on the screen or on the paper. The unicorn tapestries. The height of interest in unicorns in Europe occurred during the Middle Ages. 13th century French poet-composers reinterpreted the unicorn as a symbol of courtly love. The lover is attracted to his lady as the unicorn is the lover. Lower. I can't read. The lover is attracted to his lady as the unicorn is attracted to the maiden. Two remarkable groups of medieval tapestries weave together the courtly and religious themes connected to the unicorn. Cluny tapestries. The 6 tapestries known as The Lady and the Unicorn, on display in the Musée National du Moyen Age, Cluny Museum, in Paris, were woven around 1460. Note, I do not speak French. Against a background of brilliant vermilion sprinkled with flowers is a series of scenes showing a lady and a unicorn in a lush garden. There is a picture right here of the lady and the unicorn. See if that'll focus. There we go. Sense of taste depicted in The Lady and the Unicorn. That is a unicorn. Sorry for my camera, it does not autofocus. I wish it did. Now, 5 of the panels illustrate the human senses to depict sight. For instance, the lady holds a mirror that reflects the image of the unicorn, which kneels with its front hooves in her lap. For hearing, the lady plays an organ. For taste, she eats a sweetmeat. And for smell, she weaves a floral crown. For touch, the lady caresses the unicorn's horn. The 6th panel is more mysterious. Standing in front of a tent with the inscription, "To my sole desire," the lady places her necklace into a jeweled casket. The lady's gesture may symbolize that she is renouncing her passions aroused by the 5 senses to seek spiritual fulfillment. Unicorns at the Met. Another group of tapestries called The Hunt of the Unicorn, woven between 1495 and 1505. It is displayed in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. Guided by greyhounds, the hunters surround a unicorn at a fountain, where it is purifying the water by dipping in his horn so that other animals can drink. Though the unicorn fights fiercely, it is captured and killed when it comes willingly to rest in the lap of a maiden. Oh my. The unicorn is carried to the lord and lady of a castle, whose marriage the tapestries may have celebrated. In the final panel, the unicorn lives again within a walled garden, perhaps a symbol of Christ's resurrection. I don't know why in the world they had to kill it. Like, really? Can you not just say, "Hey, can you come with us? We'll give you a carrot." I know it's not the best thing, especially for a celestial, if you're going by D&D standards, but still, you don't have to kill it. Like, really? Some people are just, I don't know, impatient, I guess. But yeah, there is the full picture of the tapestry, the sense of taste depicted in The Lady and the Unicorn, which I believe, let me read this again, is eating a sweetmeat. I don't know what that is. You can see the unicorn, the horn, the banners. I don't remember whose flag this is at all. You got the lion. I don't know what this is. I think it's like a unicorn without a horn, maybe? And a bunny, and a dog, and over here, I think that's some kind of deer or leopard. I can't tell. Oh, and monkeys. Well, monkey and rabbits. It's very nice. But anyways, now there is more on Eastern unicorns. I could not find anything on Western unicorns, sadly. But I am rambling, so I'm going to cut it here. If y'all want me to read about the Eastern unicorns of China, Confucius connections, Japanese, Vietnamese unicorn, all of that, I will. But for now, I guess look at the pictures at least. Ming Dynasty embroidered silk court official's badge depicting a Chilen unicorn. If I remember right, this is not technically a unicorn, but more along the lines of a Kiren, which is kinda like a unicorn. Kinda, not exactly. In D&D, it's like the god of the unicorns. But if I remember right, in Asian mythology, Chinese mythology, I think, it's some sort of a dragon horse. So, yeah. It's something like that. I don't know for sure. And then you have this lovely tapestry here. Gold mythical Japanese unicorns called Kiren. I was wrong. It's not the Chinese. It's the Japanese that call it a Kiren. Or Kirin. If you play Monster Hunter, you know what a Kirin is. It is a lightning. Yeah. Pain in my mule. I feel dejected now. But, yeah. Well, there's the end of it. I'm not going to be reading, like I said, I'm not going to be reading just because apparently I can't read, even though there is 2 more pages. I'll read it some other time, though. Not right now. I'm probably going to be reading quite a bit of this book. There's like, let's see how many pages there are. Some almost 400 pages. Yeah, exactly 400. Exactly 400 pages is the acknowledgments. But yeah, I'm probably going to be reading quite a bit of this. I know that it has quite a bit of Greek, Egyptian, even Mesopotamian creatures in it. A lot of them from Europe. There are some Native American ones. There are some African ones. There's some Asian ones. I don't know all of them. But there's quite a diverse section. I don't know if there's any from South America. If there is, there probably is. But yeah. But I decided, because, pride and all of that, I figured I would read what is almost like the creature of pride, which is the unicorn, But yeah. I don't know what well, I know that's a Catobopus. And I know that this is a Lamia. And a Chinese dragon. I know those 3. And a SCP-3000. That's what that is. And a Treant. Shh. It's not a serpent. It's SCP-3000. We all know it. We all know it. And no, YouTube, this is not a naked lady. She's wearing clothes. Clearly. It might not even actually be a lady. But she's wearing clothes. And there's nothing showing. And I'm not going to zoom in for you people who want me to zoom in. I'm not going to. You mark my words, I'm not going to. But yeah. I will probably be reading more of this book later. Miss or Mrs. I don't know. R. If you have anything against this, let me know. I won't read from it. Or I will credit you if you want me to credit you. I'll credit you at the beginning and end of every video because honestly, so this is an amazing book, and I'm not sponsored or anything, obviously, but it is a really nice book. I got it from Amazon, I think, for like, I don't remember how much it was, but it's nice, and I need a reason to read it. So, and because I can't really record video games right now, I figured, why not? I do need to get my words about me, but yeah. Y'all have a good day, or a night, or however it may be, and be safe.